So welcome. And it's afternoon time, which is often a time that we sort of dip into low energy. So I thought we would start today with some forceful breathing called Kapalabhati. We've done this occasionally in class. It's a forceful exhalation through the nose, which is why I suggest you might want to give your nose a blow and make sure it's clear before you begin. And we'll do it in small rounds. So first, just bring a hand to your low belly and see if you can feel your breath. Breathe in all the way down there. And then when you breathe out, make it a forceful, like try for now, just going ha, ha, through your mouth. And the same kind of thing is what we're going to do. We're going to take a passive inhalation through the nose, but then a forceful exhale through the nose. And we'll do several repetitions and then pause and repeat it a few times. So let's give it a try. Sometimes it's helpful to have a hand on your low belly so you can actually just feel and assist that strong contraction on the exhalation. Okay, so nice easy inhalation. And just relax. Check, I don't know if you could hear me from back there. I'll do it once where I'm close to you, and you can just listen if you want to hear to the sound of it. So again, nice, easy inhalation, and then let it go. Take a few natural breaths, and we'll do one last round. So inhaling and exhale. Let it go. And gently roll your shoulders. So beginning to loosen up the body. And remembering to try to coordinate your breath with the movements that we do. If you find you're holding your breath, then it's time to just take it a little easier. If you need a break at any point, rest. If anything doesn't feel right for you, don't force it. Okay? So beginning by just rocking a little bit side to side, feeling the weight shift on the sitting bones, and then a little forward and back. So what that's like, try and come a little away from the back of your chair so you have a little space there. And then sitting up as tall as you can, keeping your chest lifted. Let's turn the head side to side. So turning right and left. Be sure you continue to breathe as you're doing this. And then try up and down a few times. And then come back to center. Let's tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder. And today, if you want, you can lift your right arm and just rest the weight of your arm on your head. So not pulling with the arm, but letting your arm feel very heavy on your head. Breathe. Release your hand. Turn your nose towards the floor and glide your chin all the way over towards your left shoulder, and then bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Lifting the chest so you keep the torso nice and lifted, and then left arm can reach up, and with the elbow bent, just rest the arm on your head and breathe. As you release your arm, just gently turn your face to look towards the floor, glide back to center, lift up through your chest as if it was coming up to meet your chin, and then just gently float your head up, draw your upper arm bones back in their sockets. But let's move into some spinal actions. So we're going to rock forward, drawing our shoulders back to create a kind of a little bit of an arch in the back. And then take a breath in, and on your next exhale, tuck your tail under, draw your navel back. So seated cat and cow. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, tilting forward. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, up. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Come back up to sit nice and tall. You can hold the left side of your chair with your hand, right arm sweeping up. And let's tilt a little bit over towards the left. So as your right arm comes alongside your ear, try to relax the shoulder. Keep the upper arm bone back in line with your ear rather than with your nose. Feel how your weight may shift over towards that left side, and try to press the right foot and the right hip down to the floor and the seat. And breathe. Then come back to center. Other side. Left arm reaching up, palm faces your head, tilting a little bit, extending through your fingertips. Try to relax the shoulder. Keep the upper arm back in the socket. Root down through the left hip and foot, and breathe. And come back to center. Good. Roll your shoulders just a little bit. Good. Let's bring the legs close together as we move into a gentle twist. So right arm reaching back either to the edge of the seat or even behind you if there's space on the chair seat. Left hand across. Hug the knees together. Lift up through your chest and turn your ribs, turn your chest, turn your head. Look back over your right shoulder. And unwind. Just let your legs relax. Let the knees fall open for a moment. Just feel how that just lets your whole body kind of slump a bit. But if you hug your knees together, right, it'll help you support the spine. So left hand moving back, right hand across. Big breath in, and then turn ribs, chest, head. A few breaths. And coming back to center. Let's walk the feet out a little wider. And just tilting forward. So keeping a flat back. We're going to tilt forward and then twist right shoulder towards the center. Come up as you inhale, and exhale, left shoulder tilts forward and twists in. Inhale up. Once again, right shoulder. Inhale up and left shoulder. Inhale coming up, and then come forward a little bit with a flat back. And as we get ready to move into our sun salute, if you have osteoporosis or for any other reason, if you have a strong curvature in your back, you may want to not go really any farther than the flat back. If you feel comfortable as we bow forward, you can let your upper body release. And then we'll all return to the flat back. So come to sit upright and keep the legs wide. Let's bring the palms together in front of our hearts. So getting ready to just coordinate breath and movement and start to speed up the heart rate a little bit. So take a full breath in and let it out. Next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, gentle bow forward. Just go as little or as far as you like. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, soften. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, palms come together and float down to your heart. Full breath in. Let it out. And let's repeat. Inhaling up. And exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath, let it out. Let's move to the second piece. Inhaling, arms to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a full breath in. Let it out. Let's start from the top. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Back to center. Next exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. One more time, those two pieces. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Back to center and twist. Come back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out on to the next piece. Inhaling, right arm up, back of the left hand inside your left leg. Slide down along the inner left leg as you look up. Inhale, switch the arms. Other arm slides down, up. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out, and we'll start at the top. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Back to center and twist. And back to center and hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, come up, switch the arms. Other arm slides down. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Once more from the top. Inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Back to center and twist. Back to center and hands to heart. One last breath in, ups, and let it out. And then part three, which I don't think we did. But let's add another part three. Right arm up, left hand down. Slide down the left leg. Inhale, coming up. Other arm slides up. And then down. Inhale, both arms reach. Hands come to heart. One more breath. Inhaling. And exhale, just let it all go. Walk your feet in. Sit back in the chair if you need a little break. I'll try and get my mind in gear so I stay on track. Sometimes our minds wander, even when we're teaching. But certainly as we're practicing yoga, it's very easy for our mind to sometimes space out. So anytime you notice that happen to you, as I noticed it for me, just take a few breaths, come back, laugh it off. Right? Yoga should be fun. It's not a pressure. So you can stay sitting up. If you need a break of sitting back in the chair, I suggest root your bottom all the way back so you have good support for your low back. But let's lift the right foot and gently circle at the ankle. And then reverse the circles. And then flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And release. Other side. Circle the left ankle. And reverse. And then flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. And release. Rock a little side to side. So we're going to lift the right leg. Now again, you may want to just have a little space between you and the back of the chair. So using your abdominal muscles for support, we're going to interlace the fingers under the right leg, under the thigh, and try to let your leg be very heavy in your hands so that you can manipulate your leg with the leg muscles relaxed. This is great for the hip joint. Change the direction of the circles. You keep them small or make them a little bigger if that feels good to you. And then draw that knee in towards your chest. You can continue to hold behind the thigh or switch to interlace in front of the shin. Flex both feet, tone your belly, lift your chest, keeping your shoulders back, your belly engaged. Left foot can stay where it is, heel pressing into the floor, or extend out. Whichever position, breathe. Try to take 3 full breaths in and out. If that's too much, see if you can just do 1. All right, so do the best you can, strengthening those abdominals and working the legs. And then gently release everything. Shake out your hands. Let's do the other leg. So interlacing under the left thigh, gently moving the leg with the hands. Try to really feel the weight of your leg sitting in your hands. And then change the direction of the circles. Bring that knee in towards your chest. Switch the interlace to in front of the shin if that feels okay, and flex both feet. Tone your belly, sit up tall, shoulders back, chest lifted. Deep full breaths, possibly extending your right leg out straight. Breathe in and out as you hold, keeping the abdominal muscles engaged, but breathing as deeply as you can while you retain this pose. And then let it all go. Release everything, shake out your hands. Spread and fist your fingers. Wiggle them a little bit. Pump them in and out. And then just circle the wrists. And reverse the circles. Good. Let's bring the arms up together overhead, okay, and bring them down. We're going to bring the right leg up and the left arm up. So right leg, left arm. And then left leg, right arm. Okay. Engage your abdominal muscles. So the foot that stays on the floor, use that to help you keep in touch with your core. Okay, let's do it again. Right leg, left arm, left leg, right arm, and repeat. Alternating arm and leg. Good, now just both legs and bring them down. Just both arms and bring them down. Arms and legs together and release. And again, arms and legs together. Release one more time. Arms and legs together and let it go. Good. Okay. So let your knees just fall open as you rock a little side to side, releasing a little bit at the hip joint. Good. Before we move on to some Other stretches, let's do a little bit more for the arms. So let's extend the arms out to the side, rotate at the shoulders, palms up, and then palms down. Feel that inner rotation as you turn the palms down, outer rotation as they turn up. Turn in, turn out. Palms down, palms up. Palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up. Good. Keeping the palms up, just bend at the elbows. And we're going to pull the elbows back as far as we can and then bring them together. Pull them back and bring them together. Reaching back and together and back and together. Good. Leaning a little forward. You take that right arm and make a gentle fist. Lean on your left forearm and just pull your right elbow back as far as you can. And then try and straighten that arm back, straight as you can, keeping the elbow back and bend. So the elbow stays back, we're just moving, hinging at the elbow joint. One more time. And release. Switch to the other side, so leaning on your right forearm, turn the left palm up, make a soft fist. Keeping your wrist in this orientation so you're not twisting it. Pull the elbow back and try to straighten the arm back behind you and then bend just at the elbow. Straighten and bend. One more time. And release. Good. Give a little wiggle. Wiggles are always good to do. Just move everything around. Give it a little shake, your whole upper body. Good. Let's circle the whole torso now. We shook it up, now let's stir it up. Circling all the way down into the hip socket and then reversing. Very good. Coming back up to center. Last one for the arm right now. Let's lift the right arm, bend at the elbow, but try to keep your elbow pointing up. You can take your left hand to the bicep of the right arm, bring it close to your ear and lift, help it lift as high as you can. Now you can reach overhead with the other arm if that's available, or just support the bicep from the front. Feel your breath. Feel the stretch in the arm and release, shake it out. Other side, so left arm up, elbow bent. Lift that elbow as high as you can. Use your right hand to give it more support, either in front of the bicep or from overhead. Drawing the elbow back and breathe. Good, and release. Let's interlace the fingers, turn the palms forward, and then let yourself round your back. Ugh. Big curve in your spine. Inhale, stretch all the way up, and exhale, release the arms. Good. Moving on with the legs now. Let's flex that right foot, and you're going to pull the heel back under the chair if you can. And then extend that leg out straight. So bend at the knee and extend. Keep your thigh on the chair seat. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. One more time, the next one you're going to hold the leg out and really feel the muscles working. So breathe. Left foot can press into the floor to help keep the abdominals engaged. And then let it go. Give it a little tap to pat it out. You can even pat all the way down the leg and back up. Let's do the other side. So flex the left foot, heel sliding back, and then straightening. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend, and straighten, bend, and straighten. One more. We'll hold the next one out and breathe. Right foot pressing down, chest lifted, deep breath. Feel those muscles working. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And let it go. Tap that leg out a little bit with your hands or fists. Okay, moving on. Let's open that right leg wide to the side and then bring it back to center. So really finding the full range of motion in that hip. Open out, back to center, open out, and back to center. One more, open out, and back to center. The other side. So left leg opening wide, and then back to center. Out and center, out and center, out and center. One more, out and center. Good. Come back to that right side. So open out as wide as you can. Bring your foot to the floor. Make sure your ankle is directly beneath your knee, and your knee's pointing towards the middle toe. You may want to come to the front edge of your chair. I like to be right at the very edge so that my right thigh is supported and my left hip is a little bit off the chair. You can either keep your left knee bent with the toes pointing forward or turn that leg slightly pigeon-toed and straighten it. So you're going to open that leg at an angle, keeping the whole sole of the foot on the floor. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't want you to twist at the ankle any other way than to keep the sole of the foot down. There'll be a stretch through the outside of that leg if you do this. If that's uncomfortable, just keep the knee bent. Open your chest, facing forward. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, we're going to bend the right elbow and rest it on the forearm on your thigh. Roll your left shoulder back. Your head in line with your shoulders, and then sweep that left arm out and up, and we'll make some circles. Sweeping all the way around. And then pause and change direction of the circles. One more time, reaching up, and then sitting up, both arms reach up. Exhale, open the arms out wide. Turn just at the wrist, palms down, and gaze to the right. The warrior two pose. But bring your left hand to your thigh, right hand palm up. Arc up a little bit of a back bend. And release. Good. Bring your legs back to center. Just pause for a moment, just noticing how that feels. And then we'll do the other side. So we're going to open the left leg to the side. Shift your position if it helps to be at the front edge of the chair. Knee is pointing towards the middle toe. Right knee stays bent with the foot directly under the ankle under the knee. Or you kind of wiggle or walk that foot out on a diagonal so that you straighten that leg. The foot is slightly pigeon-toed. Open the chest. So nice open chest. Take a deep breath in. And then with the left elbow bent, rest the forearm on the left thigh. Shoulders draw back, head in line with shoulders, and right arm sweeping up and circling. Nice and easy, rotating at the shoulder joint. Pause, change direction of the circles. And then reaching up, pause there. Root down through the feet, both arms lift up. And as you exhale, open the arms out to the side, palms are down, turn and gaze to your left. Take a breath or two here. And then bring your right hand to your thigh, turn your left palm up, Lift up through that left side, reaching the fingers high towards the ceiling. A little back bend. And release. Good. Walking the feet back to center. Take a moment to feel your breath. Roll your shoulders. Wiggle in any way that feels good. Okay. So let's bring the heels of your feet on each of the front chair legs. So the ball of your foot's on the floor. The heel of each foot is against the front of each front chair leg. Hands are going to come behind you, either on the side edges of your chair seat or all the way back onto the seat behind you if you can reach. So stage one is just squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other and lifting the chest. Good. You can stay with this, right? Just working on a back bend by lifting your head slightly from here, lifting your chest, don't let the head drop back. Or if you want a little stronger pose, press into your feet, lift your hips off the chair. Keep the back of your neck long, make sure you don't close off your throat so you can still talk. So go ah, and then gently bending and sliding your seat back onto the chair to come down. All right, let's do a little lion pose. So hands are resting on your thighs. Let's curl the fingers into fists. Scrunch up your face like you ate a really sour lemon. And on the exhale, everything stretches and we roar. Ah. Relax and breathe. Let's do a few of these. So once again, curling the fingers into fists, scrunching up the face, and exhale. Ah. Relax, breathe. Finally, open your eyes wide as well as sticking your tongue out and down. Let's do one more. Best lion yet. Curl the fingers in, scrunch up your face, and exhale. Ah. Good, shake it out. So as long as we're shaking, I think it's time for a little laughter. Always a needed thing in this day and age. So what else, what's keeping you from laughing? Have you laughed at home by yourself? No, probably not. So just brush yourself off. Just let go of anything that's sitting on your shoulder, all those judges that sit there telling you, no, this is too stupid to do. Okay? Shake out. Right? Get rid of all that junk. Get rid of it? Maybe. All right. Let's give it a shot to try. So let's go. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Spread your fingers. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yay! All right. Now, just in case you're still holding on to things, let us do a little brainwashing. So we're going to unzip our brain. Zip. And then unzip it the other way. Zip. Okay. Make a little space up there. Reach right in. Take your brain out. Hold it in your hand. Okay, got it? Other hand, you got a nice scrub brush. And we're going to brush. Clean that brain. Give it a good scrub. Very good, very good. Yay! All right. That is our laugh for the day. Maybe I should tell people to send in jokes for next week. We'll keep trying different things. But let's get ourselves ready to make our way up to stand and do a little stretches, some stretching and balancing on our feet. So come forward to the edge of your chair. Let's start by extending the right leg all the way out. Flex the foot, heel is on the floor. That's why you You need to be at the front edge of the chair to do this. You can hold the sides of the chair for support. Sit up really tall, and you're going to turn your torso just slightly to the right so that you line up the center of your chest with your leg. Hinge at the hip. Just go gradually until you feel the stretch in the back of that leg. Breathe into it. Good. Come up and bring that leg back. Other side. Left leg extending out, foot flexed. Sit up really tall. Turn just a tiny bit with your upper body. So you're facing that leg. Take a deep breath and then gentle tilt just till you feel the stretch in the back of that thigh. Breathe into it. Come back up to center. Bring that leg in. Now, we're going to lift the right leg. A couple of options here. If you're able to cross ankle over the other knee, great. If that's too high for you to lift that leg, extend your left leg out and bring the outer shin, the outer ankle, either above the knee or below the knee, but try to open the knee wide to the side. And so if you can get your ankle above the knee, then you have the option to bend that knee, and that's a deeper stretch. So go very gently. Start with the leg straight out, perhaps, and then maybe slide the foot closer. See if you can sit up tall. The tendency is as you get more stretch in the hip from that leg moving in, you tend to collapse back. So find that happy place in between and breathe. Sit up as tall as you can. Now you're going to feel it in the back of that right hip probably. Flex the right foot so you don't twist the knee. Good, and gently release. Other side. So you may want to start with your right leg extended, open the left knee out to the side, and bring the outer ankle either below the knee on the shin, or if you can, above the knee. Open the knee wide. If you're above the knee and it feels okay, you can gradually slide that foot back towards you, right foot, so that your right foot is on the floor with the knee bent. You're sitting tall, breathing. So this can be a very deep stretch. This is a big hip opener. And for a lot of people, this one is very challenging. So really just go to the level that works for you. And then undo the legs. Pause for a moment here. Getting ready to come up to stand. I'm going to walk the feet back a little bit more underneath us. And we'll essentially be a human rocking chair. So keeping your chest lifted, your shoulders back, rock a little forward and back. Pressing the heels down as you rock forward, bringing more weight into the legs. You'll feel this in your thighs. Try not to look down. If you need more support, you can hold the sides of the chair. So you press down with the arms as well as the feet. When you're ready, you're going to just press more into the feet, maybe the hands as well, and come up to stand. Adjust the monitor a little higher. And you can come and stand behind your chair. I'm going to move my chair to the side so that you can see what I'm doing, but you can continue just to face me with the chair in front of you. I'm going to do our chair pose, but from here. So make sure, give yourselves a little space between the chair and yourself. Separate your feet, hip distance apart. And I'm going to ask you to lift and spread your toes as best you can. And then bend your knees a little bit. As you bend your knees, take a peek down and notice where your knees are pointing. So sometimes they'll point out, sometimes they'll point in. You want to try and line up the middle of the knee with the middle toe. So if you bend your knees, tilt a little bit from the hips, and hold your hands on the sides of your knees. Keep the big toe mound pressing into the floor. Spread the other toes wide. Breathe. Try to press in with your hands, but out with your thighs. So your thighs are trying to move apart as you're using your hands to help you hug the knees in. Again, you'll feel that probably in the upper thighs or the buttocks area. Breathe into it and then release. So let's see if you can maintain that strength of the legs. If you need the support of the chair, just keep at least one hand on the chair. Otherwise, arms can go out to the side as you inhale and exhale. Knees bend, coming into chair pose and holding it for a moment. Deep, full breath. Good, and come on up and release. Good. Okay, so let's do a little balancing. So for today, you can move a little bit to either side of the chair. So if you hold your chair with your left hand and move your body a little to your right so that you have space in front of you, we're going to bend the right knee and bring that knee up towards you. So it doesn't have to be that high, but see how high you can comfortably lift it. Flex the foot and then extend that leg out in front of you. Breathe. Foot is flexed. Leg doesn't have to be high, but it's extended straight out, and you're breathing. But now you're going to bend that knee and see if you can lift the knee even a little higher. Open the knee to the side and bring the sole of your foot either above or below the knee. So tree pose. You can reach above the knee. Try that. Pressing the sole of the foot into the inner thigh or the inner calf. Lift up through your chest, standing tall. So keep one hand on the support that you're using. You can play with one arm at a time. I like bringing my arm into cactus. I find that just helps keep the upper body engaged. You can do one arm at a time. You can do both if you feel steady. Good, let's release, shake out that right leg. Other side. Okay, so same sequence. First, we're going to bend the left knee and just lift it up in front of you. Flex the foot, extend that leg straight. Breathe, just feel what that's like. Feel what your balance is like, just standing on one foot, the leg extended. Breathe into it. Good, and then bend the knee. You're going to lift that knee as high as you can and open it out to the side. So you bring the sole of your foot alongside the inner thigh or the inner calf. It doesn't have to be up this high, but in case that works for you, you can. Breathe. Hug the sole of the foot and the leg together, lifting up through your middle, standing really tall. And then just play with your balance. Notice which way you tend to wobble, if so. Keep one hand on the chair, and you can extend the other arm. Either lift it up, bring it to cactus, open it out to the side. Your choice. Let it be your particular tree, whatever kind of branches your tree might have. And keep breathing. Good, let's release, shake out that leg. Okay, let's turn, I'm going to turn to the side, but you're facing me, but this is just so you can see. We're going to stand close to the chair, bend the knees a little bit. So imagine you're coming into the chair pose. I'm going to reach the left foot all the way back behind us, as far as you can. Take a deep breath in, and then reach that heel towards the floor. It's going to give you a stretch in the calf. We're just going to hold with that stretch for a moment and breathe into it. Try to keep your hips facing your chair. Even though that back leg is slightly turned out, make sure your back foot is a little bit over to the side of your right foot. And then straighten the right leg. So both legs are straight. You're going to move your pelvis back and tilt towards the chair. A little like the stretch we did sitting, but you may feel this more in your calf than in the thigh. Breathe. Good. And then bend into the right knee. Lift the back heel. Step in with the back foot and lift it. Flex that left foot. Lift it back behind you. Try and keep it in line with the hip. Stretch your torso forward and possibly extend your right arm out in front of you. Reaching past the chair seat and breathe in. Good, and then release, arm and leg. Come back just to stand. Wiggle a little bit, let it go. Let's do the other side. I'm going to bring my chair to the other side, just for variety. So feet close to the chair. Start with a bit of a chair pose, right? As if you were going into chair pose. And then keep your left knee bent, reach your right foot back. Keeping the right knee, right leg straight, stretch through the heel, try to bring that heel to the floor. Notice if that twists your hips a lot and try to turn your hips to face forward. Breathe deeply. Scoop your tail down, lift your chest up. Warrior one position to start. Hug your feet towards each other isometrically, front to back, side to side. That'll help you with balance here. And then straighten your left leg. Start to move your hips back and extend your chest forward. Breathe. Elbows can just open wide to the side. Try to keep your spine long. Head in line with the rest of your spine. Good. And then bending into that left knee, lift the right heel, step in closer, and start to lift your right foot, flex it, extend your torso straight forward as you lift the left leg behind you, and then optional, left arm can reach out. It's the right leg behind us. I may have misspoken. We're standing on the left. Breathe. And then arm and leg come down. And you can separate the feet a little bit. Make some easy circles with your hips. And reverse. Good. Standing facing your chair once again. We're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet and gently lower down. So rolling through the feet, lifting the heels, rolling up onto the balls of the feet, and rolling back down. Couple more. Good. Okay, let's walk the feet back now. Feet are slightly apart. We're going to do our modified downward dog in this position. So separate the feet, keeping them parallel. You can bend the knees a little bit to start and try and lengthen your spine. So walk far enough back that you can hinge at the hip, reach your tailbone back behind you, chest forward. Good, and if it feels okay for you, you can straighten the legs. You can reach your arms a little farther forward if that feels good. Let your chest melt towards the floor. Then coming up a little bit, let's walk in a little bit closer to the chair. Get a nice grip on the upper chair back, and we're going to rock forward like a plank. So you're leaning into the chair, you're pressing down, you're up on the balls of your feet, and then reaching back. And again, coming forward like a plank. So your hips and your chest come forward like a flat line, and then reach back. Good. Standing facing towards your chair. Let's take a wide stance this time. So walk the feet out, bend your knees a little bit, tip your sitting bones back. That'll help you with balance. And try just shifting your weight a little side to side. Turn your left foot so that it's facing directly forward. Turn your right leg out 90 degrees. Open the chest towards the screen, to face me or your chair. And then we'll move into triangle pose. So you're going to hinge at the top of your right thigh. Your hips go to the left. Your upper body extends to the right. See how much you can fold at the hip and lengthen the crown of your head away from your tailbone. You can keep one hand on your chair for support if you need it. If you're feeling wobbly, the other thing to do is try to press that left thigh back behind you. The right hip wraps underneath. Your right hand can slide down the leg if it's not holding the chair. And if your left hand is free, it can stretch up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breath. Good, and inhale coming up. Switch the feet. Right foot facing forward, left foot turning out at a 90-degree angle. Notice how that turns your body and try and face your upper body back towards your chair. Hinging now at the top of the left thigh. So the hips move to the right, torso extends to the left. Nice deep breath. Use the chair for support if you feel wobbly, or try pressing the right thigh back a little bit and wrapping the left hip underneath. Keep extending out through the crown of your head. Left hand can slide down the left leg. Right arm can reach for the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathe. Good, and then root down through your legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn the feet parallel. Walk them in closer together. Let's extend the right arm out. Just bring it across in front of you and give yourself a nice hug. And release. Other side, left arm reaching out and then across your body. Right arm comes underneath it, pulling it towards you, giving yourself a nice hug. And release. Now, if you're able to interlace your fingers behind you, try and do that with your elbows a little bit bent and squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. From there, if it feels okay, you try and straighten the arms back behind you. Big chest opener. And breathe. Let it go. Roll the shoulders. Let's make our way back to our chairs. So come back to sit. Take a moment to align your body so that your feet are anchored on the floor under the knees, ankles below the knees, knees in line with the hip sockets. And breathe. Close your eyes. And just listen as we go through a kind of a guided meditation today, a little bit different. So we want to make this about aligning with yourself. Right? We stimulated the breath at the beginning of class from that deep lower belly area. You're going to imagine that there are 3 globes, glowing orbs of light. One way down in the pelvis, where we were breathing that exhalation from. One is at the heart center, and one at the throat center. Well, let's pick that last one up at the third eye. So there's one deep in the belly, one in your heart, and one deep inside your forehead. Just try to stack those 3 glowing orbs in beautiful alignment. giving you a sense of support flowing from one orb to the next and radiating out in every direction, sending a sense of light out throughout your torso, out into your limbs, down through your feet, out through your fingers. Breathing gently into this deep sense of peace. Those three orbs, their gentle golden light, warming and soothing you from the inside. Take a few breaths, enjoying that sense of connection with yourself. When you're ready, taking a few deep breaths, moving your body a little bit, just coming back into the present moment and sharing your energy with the other people present in class today, with members of your family, with the world, sending a sense of light and peace outward to others. Let's join the palms of our hands together in front of the heart and chant one Om to close. Take a nice deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. I'll come closer, and if you want to chat about anything, let me know. Just unmute yourself to talk.
Thank you, Susan.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Susan.